When I think about plants, I think about the word faith, because when you give somebody a plant, you're giving them a living thing, and you have faith that they will take care of this living thing. I'm from the Netherlands, and it's basically in our DNA. We love plants. Every spring, the country explodes with flowers and plants. This is my mom in front of her balcony in Amsterdam. Even as a kid, my grandmother, she was always growing vegetables in the backyard and plants. And as kids, my cousin and I, we would help her harvest strawberries and potatoes. So it was really from very early on that I started dealing with plants. And one of my first jobs when I was 16 years old on the weekends was in a plant shop. And I loved it. I loved it so much. Later on, when I moved out and I had my own house, I had a beautiful little yard that I had 150 different varieties of tulips in my yard that I grew. It was beautiful. And when I moved to the United States, I remember going to Key West and those beautiful Royal Poinciana trees, those huge trees. I was in awe because it's obviously very different nature here because it's tropical than in the Netherlands. The plants that we try to grow in our house in the Netherlands that eventually always die because it's too cold, just grow in the wild here everywhere. So I just was in complete awe. When I first came to the United States, I started working as a real estate broker. I was a commercial real estate broker for 13 years in Miami. And when I wanted to make a change, I got in touch with this Dutch fashion company and I ended up working for them for another 13 years. At some point, the company got sold and there was a lot of rearranging going on, and I wasn't really happy anyway because I've been in some type of marketing office job for so long, and I really wanted to go back and be in nature and enjoy plants, and so I decided to leave that company. I was in my early 50s at that time, and I said, you know, if I don't do it now, I'll never do it. So I ended up buying a camper. I took my dog and my 2 cats, and we traveled throughout the United States. And I just went and I visited lots of beautiful, beautiful national parks. I went to California and I saw the sequoias. I went to Colorado and I hiked through the forests and the mountains. After my trip to nature, when I came back to Florida, that's when I came up with the idea for a veranda. Because I thought, now that I have no other ties, I can finally do what I really want to do, and that is be in the business of plants. So I opened a store in Coral Gables, and I loved it. I loved decorating. People would literally walk into my store and say, wow, this is magical. And I had so much fun doing it. I want to bring plants to people. And so I've already started doing it while I had the store. I would go into people's homes and I would go into people's offices. I would do a consultation, like which plants go where the best. And I started building that part of the business. After a year and a half, I said, you know what? I think I want to focus on, rather than sitting in a shop waiting for people to come to me, I want to go to them. And I want to bring them the plants and I want to make them happy. Plants are they're just amazing. It drives me crazy when somebody makes an office and says, oh, we'll just do fake plants. I'm like, but all the benefits of plants, they purify the air, they take toxins out of the air that we then don't breathe in, and that makes us more productive. And the color green in itself, and this is proven science, relaxes us. Touching plants relaxes us. So there's so many benefits to plants. I want to make plants accessible to everybody. I feel that sometimes some of the larger plants might be priced out of the market a little bit because plants became very, very popular after, well, they were always popular, but it really increased during COVID because people were sitting home and they had nothing to do and they wanted plants in their lives. My favorite plants are variegated plants and aroids and just more rare plants with variegation like This beautiful alocasia has a little bit of it, so this is definitely one of my favorite plants. Then of course we have the ficus lyrata, which is super popular right now. Everybody loves it. Here we have another little ficus. That's a beautiful plant. I kind of have a funny story. When I moved to New York, I rented an apartment there, and I made a special trip to bring all my plants from Florida to New York. I was so excited. I had these beautiful geraniums, and I just couldn't say goodbye to them. So I drove them all up to New York, and I was renting a little apartment, and I basically filled up the fire escape with my beautiful plants. Later, I got a fine for $900, so I had to take all my plants inside. When people buy a plant from me, I want them to feel happy and excited, but also I always give them my cell phone number, and I ask them, please text me if anything goes wrong with the plant, and I will help you diagnose and help you fix the issue. I like to give a little bit of service because most people say, oh, I kill all plants. And it doesn't have to be like that. There's just a few basic things, you know, water on time, make sure they get enough light, inspect them for bugs on a weekly basis, and you can have your plants for a very long time.